We are going live. Hello, everybody. This is Billy Blanks Jr. at Talent Recap. We are having a very chill live time with a special guest who's coming on. I'm excited to talk to her. She's in LA, and we just did an interview with her. And you guys loved the interview, so we just want to kind of catch up and see what's going on. All right, so here she comes. Hello. Guess who it is? It's Just Sam. She's coming on in. Hi, Just Sam.
Hi.
How you doing?
I've been well. How are you?
Doing good. I'm so glad to be talking to you again right now. I feel like now we're family, right?
Yes, of course.
Gonna have the Billy and Sam show next, right?
Oh, soon. We're working on it.
So I just want to kind of just catch up with you and tell you, first of all, everybody went crazy over the interview. They're loving the interview we had together. I don't know if you see how much support you have. People absolutely love you, and it was really great to see the response.
Well, I'm really grateful. I actually got a chance to look through the comments on the first day, and I was actually surprised by the responses. And so yeah, I did see, and I'm grateful. I think that whatever they love about me is the God in me. So whatever they're loving is God. They're just loving God.
I'm gonna play a little part of it, okay?
Yeah.
I want to play a little part so you guys can see.
I'm sorry. There were a lot of things that happened that were not aired. There's a lot of things that just the executive producers themselves personally did for me and the other idols that they did not have to do. I didn't have people care for me like that. I'm from the hood, and where I grew up specifically, because not everyone's hood is like this, but where I grew up specifically, people, they use you, they abuse you, they'll run all over you and then say bye. Yeah. And these people, they looked out for me. They took care of me in the little time that I was there. And not just me, all the other idols. That's what made it better, because it wasn't just me. They saw all of us and they were like, what can we do for you? How can we help? And for me, I'm new to it. So I'm like, whoa. I'm like, we haven't got to pay for anything.
That's just a little recap of the show. I mean, even in the comments right now, people are telling you, they're like, we love you. It's so real. And just to hear you talk about it, you know what I mean? I just think it's so cool.
You disappeared from my
Oh, you can't see me? You can't see me?
Okay, there we are.
Okay. But so how are you feeling? What's going on? What you've been up to the past few days since we talked?
I'm feeling really great, especially today. I just got a studio, so I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. I know people were going crazy because I wrote a little post earlier, and I'm like,
yes.
I can't help it. It's I think it's the New York in me.
I love that about you, because you speak up. So before you go into it, so what happened is, the last time you were on, you predicted that Arthur was going to win. Okay, so I'm going to just put a little thing in here. Let me just show it real fast, okay?
Okay.
We want to know who the winner of last season, who do you think's going to win this season?
I don't know.
Come on, you can do it.
It's
Give
so
me the juice.
Juicy. Honestly, I feel like one of the whoever comes back, I don't know why, but I feel like whether it be Arthur or Franklin or Dwayne or Sanaya, Olivia or Faith, I feel like it could be one of them.
So right now we're saying you think Arthur's going back, so you think Arthur's going to win. There we go. I'm accept that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden today you put up a post saying that you do not agree with this. So what happened? Just go there. Tell me.
Because I really, really, really wanted Arthur to win last year. That's straight up.
Wait, over you?
Yeah. Yes.
Why?
Yes. He's amazing. He is amazing. He has an amazing, just his voice. I don't know. And he last year like did things behind the scene together, like that nobody else knows about, you know, like we knew each other in Hollywood and Hawaii, and like I got to know these people. So I was rooting for them more than myself. And if you see when I won, I was like, what? Like literally up until they said just I'm like, no, they're not about to say just Sam, like, and they did. So I don't know. I just feel like, yes, I did want him to win last year. And then this year he came back, which was unexpected for me even. And he's getting another chance, which is great. Like, I'm glad that they all got another chance to perform on the stage again. That's one. That they all got that opportunity. But, like, he came so close to winning last year. It felt like he already did. And I think that he said that, too. So it's like, let's give someone else a chance. I don't know.
This is what you put up.
Else from like top 20 or something.
So this is the message. So it's so funny. So our team here.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can read lips.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No.
Technical difficulties?
What happened?
Can you hear me now? Here we go. How's that? Can you hear me now?
Oh no. Let me see.
Technical difficulties, or can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, random ghost in the machine. But so basically, you know, our team at Talent Recap came up to me and they're like, "Oh, did you see what Just Sam posted? I hadn't seen it yet." And so it's this right here. So you said this. Okay, this is take my picture out of here. But it's just like, I changed my mind. I'm sorry. I really don't want Arthur to win this year. I was rooting for him last year, but this year I'm rooting for Willie Spencer. So what created that change? You still there? You're there, but I don't hear you now. We're having technical difficulties. We're going to get her back on so we can get some audio. I think she's calling me back. Waiting for Sam to come back on. She's going to call us back. So yeah, so everybody saw. So let me re-show you this real quick. So this was her message that she put up today, and the team at Talent Recap was like, what does this mean? Because, you know, she said she want Arthur to win, and then she specifically put up, I do not want him to win. There she is.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's this is our first time doing this live stream thing, and so we're just trying to have fun and see how it goes. But yes, so that was basically your message you put up today. Why the change of heart? What happened?
Well, like I said, like it just seems a little bit unfair. It feels like he already won, you know? He's gained a fan base. Some may argue that, oh, well, he didn't get the record deal, and that's true. Maybe that should be the reason why he wins this year. But I don't know. I just feel like there are so many other people who I don't know. Like, he came in like the end of the show. They've been fighting from the beginning, and
yeah, you know what's funny is there's a lot of backlash in the comments about the comebacks. There's a lot, you know, and when Arthur won the comeback, you know, I thought, okay, well, are people going to support him? But in the comments, there's a lot of people talking about it, saying they feel it's not fair, like you said, you know, obviously everybody has their season, and of course that was unfortunate. You know what I mean? But it's like all of a sudden they throw somebody in, and it kind of feels like it was set up for Arthur to come back in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So there's. Go ahead.
I don't know. Like, I feel like they wanted to make it juicy, and they did it. They did it. and then like we had this huge pandemic happen last year, right?
Yeah.
And the show went from regular American Idol to American Idol from home, at home edition. So, you know, how are they going to spice things up this year? You know, COVID is old news now. You know, people have been working around COVID. So maybe this is just a way to spice things up. And Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. At this point, I don't know who's gonna win, but
you like
in
Willie.
my mind now that now that like one of the comebacks isn't like one of the. I feel like if it was someone from top 20, that would make me feel better, or like someone who like didn't make it all the way to like the final round. It would be better for me, but now I'm rooting for everyone else.
Yeah. I love that New York in you, by the way, because it's so funny. That's just like truth. You just tell the
Yeah,
truth.
no, look,
You tell
I have nothing against Arthur. People know that. I have nothing against that man at all. Like, I literally know them more than I know Arthur and Sanaya and Franklin, Olivia and Michaela more than the fans do. So I have nothing against them.
So, okay, so then this is my personal question. So he is nice because I guess, so I've heard so much about Arthur. I didn't keep up with him last season. I've heard so much. And then to see him on the season, he seems, just my opinion, he seems kind of like he doesn't want to be there. And then kind of his answer where he was like, I already kind of won, it kind of comes off like a certain way. And so I don't know. I would never judge. I just wanted to ask.
I feel like Arthur's misunderstood.
I get that.
Because in the beginning, he made people feel that way, I think. Like in the beginning of our journey with American Idol. He made people feel that way. But me, I am one of those people who I'm going to love on everybody no matter what anybody says, right?
Yep.
Like you could tell me this, that, and the third about this person, but if I don't see it for myself, I don't care. That's my friend. Like, so like people would feel that way maybe in the beginning. And then I think when they started to realize, I think he's really funny, actually. Arthur, yeah, we have this, I don't know why, every time I think of him I think of this one memory. We were standing in the elevator in like one of the studios. I think it was when we were preparing for the Oscars commercial. We were standing in this elevator and he was so quiet, like how he is. And he's like leaning all cool with his shades on in the elevator. And I'm like looking at him, and then the elevator opened, and then he's like, "This is you." So I go because like he's a serious person in my head. So I'm like, and then I get off, and then I turn back, and he's like laughing, and I'm like, this isn't our floor.
Just trying to make you get off on your own.
So funny to me, but like I feel like after that, like I realized he was really a jokester. Like everything that he said was funny to me. But yeah, he can come off that way, and I don't know. He even like when like he had this moment where he didn't want people touching his hair. I think that could come off as, I don't know, him being some type of way. But he's like a New Yorker in a way. He's just true to himself. Like
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's a lot of people that are just, everybody wants to talk to you. They're just telling you hello, by the way.
Aww.
What we'll do, guys, if you stick around for a second, we'll do a little Q&A. You can talk to Sam and say hello. Just give us a second, okay? But definitely. But yeah, I understand, because I know sometimes people, if they may be shy, they may be quiet, whatever it is, and sometimes it comes off a certain way. You know what I mean? And I didn't know, and that's why I wanted to ask you, because I knew you'd give me the real tea.
Yeah, he's funny. But yeah, he did come off that way to a lot of people, and like people wanted to stay away from him. Actually, he stayed away from people. Let's be real. He was like a loner. Like, and not that he stayed away from people. It was just like if a group of people was in this side of the room, Arthur was on that side, just chilling.
I understand that.
He would probably be taking a nap. Like he was chilling, like literally always chilling in his own world. Like, and I don't think he ever means to offend anyone either.
Okay. All right.
And I had to tell myself that. Like,
all right.
I don't think that because he's funny. Like, he made me laugh. And then, like, there are things that I told you in private, but, like, other than that, like, yeah, he's just that. He's just that.
Okay, so that makes sense. So it's funny because, obviously we have people in here. Some people are saying they love Arthur. I love Sam. Seeing Sam on live. Oh, they're all watching right now. They're saying hello to you. But so now saying that, I know like Willie was awesome the other night. You know what I mean? There were a few performances that really stuck out, but Willie is just, there's something so incredible about him. So you think your prediction now is Willie, or is it could be somebody else, or just you loved his performance the other night?
Hard.
Yeah.
Because like even my grandmother is watching every week, and she's like, Samantha, I don't know, Samantha. I don't know. So she just, we're just like, I'm like, yeah, grandma, I don't know either. Like,
Yeah, it's so funny you're saying that. Everybody's asking about your grandma. Everybody.
oh,
They're like, "How is your grandma? What's she doing?" So she's watching too.
yeah, every week she has it recorded so that she can watch it over and over throughout the week. She does not play. She's like calling her friend Judy, making sure her friend is watching. She's calling my cousins and my aunts and my uncles, making sure that they're voting, even though I'm not on the show. She's like, she's like, Faith and Shania and Dwayne and Franklin.
I love that
She's
you
like,
do her accent.
she literally told them, pick your favorite, and she don't care who you pick, just vote this year for my friend. That's what she told my family.
That is so awesome. So one of these times we have to have her on too. I would love to talk to her and meet her. That'd be so cool.
Yes.
You know, it's funny. So I want to ask you. So there's a contestant that's on this year that there. You know how people. I know you know this because you're emotional and I'm emotional. But there's how there are certain people that can just touch you, something behind their eyes, behind their heart, whatever it is. And so I don't know what it is. Hunter, there's something that makes me cry about Hunter. I know his voice is different. It's either hit or miss for certain people, but the other host that hosts with me gives me such a hard time because I talk about how he emotionally gets to me. There's something there that emotionally gets to me, and she gives me such a hard time. What do you think? What do you think about him?
That's a spiritual thing because I think my grandmother was mentioning him, and she was like that when she listened, it just made.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, wow. And then me, like, the one video that I did watch of him, I was struggling to because I have no cable, I told you. So like it's like replaying, and I don't know, maybe it was because of that, but I didn't feel like crying, but it did have me like captivated, which is still the same to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There's not many singers in this world that I listen to, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and that's the thing that gets me. It gets me because there are singers that can do vocal dynamics that you can go, whoa, like Grace is one of those singers. But then there are also singers that can make you still yourself and lean into what they say. And he's had those couple of moments for me that have done that.
That's what his performance did for me as well. Exactly.
Yeah, so there are people here saying, so you guys, Sam, which contestants' performances do you look forward to the most this season? Somebody said that. So what do you look forward to the most this season?
I already said it, Willie.
Willie, yeah, it's so cool because he's kind of coming out, and what I love is, I don't know if you saw the one where he did an up tempo. He's kind of like shaking it up sometimes, and I love that.
For me, stand up and last week's performance.
Yeah, last week was awesome too. You're talking about the Lion King one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's cool too because you wonder. I keep wondering, what everybody's journey is going to be. But you also know that when you do this show, you have to also plan out your song choice. You know what I mean? Because we all know Willie has one of those knock it out of the park songs, but you have to save that for that, that moment.
Yeah. That was hard, like, because it's about like, you want to choose the right song for each moment, but at the same time, what if you could have given it your best in one performance and now you're going that
you know what's so funny? You're saying something. So do you remember Ava? She was on this season, and she was somebody that we really believed she was going to get to the end because she had this otherworldly voice. She was 15 but performed like she was like an older person. And then the season when they did the Oscars episode, she didn't sing the best song, and that's when they did that first voting for the comeback. They did that thing. They did the short voting, and she was out. And it was such a shock because everybody was saying she's going to make it to the end, and it was one of those. It was like a song choice thing of going. You have to do your hit each time.
Yeah, exactly. Like. Yeah, you want to save the best for last, but at the same time, why are you saving it? You're supposed to give it your best every time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
That's what I was gonna say. If you're coaching this show, say the idols came to you and were like, tell us tips. What should we do to win this show, or to what would you say? Would that be it?
No, no. The only thing I feel like I really, really, really had to remember while going through the show, just to like make it far, was, of course, remember where you came from and sing to where you want to go. I had to remember God. And also, it was, yeah, there are a bunch of singers here that can do things that I probably can't right now. But at the same time, like, if you're giving your best, people will feel that over you trying to do what this person can do and that person can do. I'm not a person that can do, I'm not good at runs. I'm not good at riffs. So, like, I just stick to my soulful voice. I try to just allow people to just connect with the message of the song. Every song that I sing becomes my own. It becomes my story in the moment. If it's a heartbreak song, it's my heartbreak. If it's a love song, it's my love song. It's my lyrics in that moment while I'm singing. It's about just delivering, not anything else, not trying to be the best, and just giving your best, not their best, your best. I think.
Yeah,
That
that's great. You know what I mean? Because it is people, everybody always tries to figure out, they're like, what is the thing I need to do to win on the show? And I know that there are, like you said, there's vocal gymnastics and there's runs and there's all those things, but it's so much more to it than that. You know what I mean? And so I think that's actually a really great answer. So how's Kat?
She's okay. She's doing class right now. So
Kat is her girlfriend, everyone. Last time on the show, I asked her, I said, are you seeing anybody? Are you single? And she revealed Kat to us. And so,
that is my girl. Yeah, we're taking it easy. She has like finals this week.
Oh, wow.
College.
Yeah, I understand that,
Yeah.
So somebody says your hair is so beautiful.
Thank you. Actually, Kat and I are preparing a bunch of videos because we've been creating hair products that work for all hair types. Because she and I have different hair, but we've been doing treatments, and our hair is growing just as much as each other.
So you're actually making the treatment?
Yes, Kat is making treatments.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's incredible. That's awesome.
Incredible.
Look, somebody just said, Sam, you are always authentic
You want to say
and
hi?
connection to every performance. I loved hearing your soul speak to us. Wow, that's nice.
Oh, I missed the first part. Sorry.
Oh, it says, Sam, you are always authentic and connected to everyone, every performance. I loved hearing your soul speak to us. So they're saying they could hear your soul speak to them.
Jesus, thank you so much.
And then somebody else said, give your grandma big hugs.
Oh,
She did an excellent job raising you.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for her.
Yeah, so anyways, just to recap, because I know everybody's like, why are they live right now? But we came live because if anybody's coming on fresh, when we had Sam on for our episode, she had predicted that Arthur Gunn was going to win. And so then today she made a post that the talent recap team came over to me and was like, did you see the post? And the post was basically saying, you no longer want him to win. You think it's going to be Willie. And so that's why I wanted to know, like, what, the whole purpose was like, what made you want to post that? Or what made you post that?
Yes. I feel bad saying, like, I don't want him to win. Like, I want him to win in life. I want him to be great. I want him to, if he wants a record deal, I wish that for him, if that's what he wants. It's just, I feel like this is their year. That's it. Like,
hear you.
Or like someone who didn't make it as far as he did, That's really what it is for me. That's really what it is. But like,
no, that makes sense.
Think like, oh, I'm mad at Arthur, or I got anything against Arthur. That's my homie. Even though we don't speak, like, I met him already, so like we were so way back. So
yep, and it's so funny because that's just what this is called, people, is it's New Yorkers and it's being real. You know what I mean? It's like, it's true. It's because I'm from. I grew up really in Los Angeles and I moved back to the East Coast. And it's so funny because everybody always goes, but don't you think, East Coasters are rude? And I'm like, no, I actually think they tell you the truth, where sometimes in LA, people will smile at you and they're like stabbing you in the back. And so that was really hard for me when I first got to LA.
Yep.
So somebody asked, they're like, can Just Sam sing a little line for us? Can you sing something for him for a second?
Yeah. I'm gonna stand up Take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling? Calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Hey.
Oh
Sorry,
my
I was like,
gosh.
I've been singing all day.
No, look, I'm grateful you did that. I'm just following the comments and I'm going, I also don't like to bug if somebody's not in the mood to do it. So, you know, somebody else, just before we end, somebody else said, I get you, girl. You go for the underdogs and for giving others opportunity. Love it. It's nice.
Everybody got to eat. Everybody.
Yeah. Yes. Isn't it so funny? Because, you know, I used to audition for stuff in LA, and I remember, you know, being at an audition and I needed a certain sheet music, and this guy had it in his book. And I was like, oh, could I borrow your book? And the man looked at me and he was like, no, you know, we're competing against each other. And it was so funny because it made me go, if it's your job, it's your job. I'm not trying to take your job and you're not. And we all, like you said, we all got to eat,
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's just called support and real support for one another, you know?
Yeah, I mean, in this little bit of time that I've been in LA, I learned that people will put money over relationships. Like, it's sad, but it's true. But
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person. You're not that kind of person. And my high school teacher told me, I had my first ever anxiety attack in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And she said to me to calm me down. She made me like breathe. She said, look at me. Her name is Miss Fobbs. And she said, do you know that not everybody's going to have the same heart as you? And I looked at her and I'm like, she said, you have a heart that will give and give and give till you have nothing left to give. I have a heart that will give and give and give till I have nothing left to give. But there are people in this world who just cannot be that way. Yeah. And there's really nothing we can do about it. And when she told me that, it hurt. But like she basically set me up for life, because I used to be baffled. I used to not understand why people would be so mean to me, and all I did was like love. I was a kiss ass. Let's be real. I was kiss, and I still do it. Like, and it sometimes makes me sad, like, because I'm like my grandmother. I let people walk all over me sometimes. Yeah. But when she told me that, when she told me that, it's like, you know what? It's okay. Like she said, it's okay. You don't change your heart for them. You stay the same way, and don't let those people make you like them. You just
don't let it dim your light, because it can. Sometimes it can make you, especially when you're a performer and you're in California, and it can make you start to get jaded. You know what I mean? And so to know that and go, you know what, I'm going to keep being me, and I'm just going to see that person. Because I was like you, I'd always try to see the good in every person. And you should, you should always work on it. But there are some people that are letting you know, I'm not going to show you this good. Okay. and then sometimes you got to accept it,
Yep.
But yeah, that's such a great way to say it. Somebody else said, you have empathy for others. Your grandma is right. That's so great. Well, I thank you so much for this. I love catching up with you. You know what I mean? And anything else you want to say before we go on Instagram Live to everybody?
Well, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to everyone. Keep watching Idol. Every year, they're going to keep making it juicy. Okay.
Okay. The word, when you said the word juicy, I was like, that's the perfect word, because I kept going, why are they bringing these comebacks? And you're like, because it's juicy.
Okay. But yeah, keep voting for who you want to see win Idol this year. Even if it is Arthur, if that's what's supposed to happen, it will. It will.
Yeah, somebody just said Arthur Gunn is the best, most talented singer.
Hey, come on, somebody. All righty.
Oh, and somebody else just said, when is your album coming out, Sam?
Music is coming soon.
Music is coming soon. I understand. Do your thing. Just know what's so cool about you, Sam, is that everybody is ready when it's ready. You know what I mean? And you have a platform here. We love you at Talent Recap, so you got a platform here with us. And somebody else said God's time is the best, and that is correct. So
amen. Amen.
We got good followers on here. That's great.
Call me later, Billy. I'm gonna.
I will. All right. All right. Say bye, guys.
Great talking
Thank you for
to you
tuning in.
guys.
All right.